Opening Valley is a calm and tranquil town, nestled between two towering mountains on either side, with a beautiful outlook over the city's lake. Families have come here to start their lives anew with endless opportunities, while others have stayed here for generations, building their legacies in this picturesque mountainside town. Welcome to Opening Valley. There are very few things in the Sims community that can bring forth such feelings of nostalgia like that game intro. Personally, I'm really upset that The Sims 4 have decided to scrap the game intros, because I do think that's one of the best parts of the Sims game. When you first open it up and then just see a world of possibilities before you, chef kiss. This custom neighbourhood we are looking at today is called Opening Valley, and if you haven't already guessed the theme for this one, it is based on the game intro for The Sims 2. How exciting! So this neighbourhood has 12 unoccupied residential lots, 4 empty lots, 5 community lots, and 10 occupied lots. So there are 10 different families, all based on characters from this intro. There is an English and a Polish version, and this does require the Ultimate Collection, or it was made with the Ultimate Collection, so it will need all expansions and stuff packs to work properly. But as far as I am aware, it is CC free. I've not downloaded any CC for it, so it should be vanilla. So we're going to do what we normally do in these custom neighbourhood overviews, and we're just going to have a look in at the families, jump into some of the community lots, and just see what there is to see. The first family we have is the Amore family in 100 Noble Lane. Being the most influential family in Opening Valley, the Amores are keen on keeping their position. Can Luke find the love of his life and become a good heir to his family's fortune? We have the Cordial family of 79 Noble Lane. Gordon will do anything to become mayor. He didn't even feel any difference in his life when his wife recently left him. While he's locked away in his office, thinking of new campaign ideas, his sons are taking the breakup much harder. Will he ever achieve his goal, or is it simply a pipe dream? We have the Lincoln family of 94 Noble Lane. The Lincoln family, unlike the Cordials, have been working hard their whole lives. But will Emmanuel be able to keep his new position, please his wife, and support his growing daughters all at the same time, or will it be too difficult for him to manage? We have the Joy family in 86 Main Street. The Joy family is going through a tough time right now. After moving into the city and asking Grandpa Eddie for some help around the house, they're hoping for their family to become the happy one they always envisioned. Will they be able to learn the art of parenting, or will the kids continue to run their house? We have the Lotus family of 105 Blossom Way. After a terrible accident, Liam was orphaned and forced to move in with his grandpa. Though skeptical at first, Liam has thoroughly enjoyed his life with his grandpa and new grandma, as well as all of the new friends he's made in the city, especially his new girlfriend Elena. We have the McGregor family of 60 Blossom Way. The McGregors always try to look good in front of their neighbours and fit in with the rest of the town. While in the park, they're simply the most perfect family you've ever seen. At home, Leo is controlling and often argues with his son Patrick. Will they be able to work out their differences before the new baby arrives? We have the Juarez family of 41 Main Street. After the death of Louis' wife, will he be able to manage all of the responsibilities of raising a teenage girl by himself, while also advancing his own life at the same time? We have the scientists in 18 Main Street. This group of co-workers recently moved in together. Isolated from the rest of the town, their neighbours think they're a bit weird, but they don't care. Will they stay together, or will their conflicts and jealousy ultimately force them all to go their own separate ways? We have the Amore Family in 79 Main Street. To escape the terrible memories of their past, the Amore sisters decided to start their new lives here in Opening Valley. Juliet's old friend Penny recently moved in after a breakup with her husband, but will their friendship survive as the two both have their sights set on one man? And finally, we have the Tenorio family in 42 Western Street. Juan is new to Opening Valley. Now that he has this big house all to himself, can he become the independent man he's always wanted to be? So there we have it. That is our 10 families. Definitely very iconic Sims, I have to say, and I am looking forward to jumping into a couple of them and seeing them in a bit closer detail. The one I want to go into first, I think, is the scientist household though. I think that's probably one of my favourite scenes from the opening credits, so let's just start here. So here we are in the scientist household. Before I go any further, I do just want to say, although I haven't downloaded any custom content for this neighbourhood, the houses and things might look a bit different in your game than they do in mine, just because I do have some default replacements. But yeah, here we have the scientist household. So there are 5 Sims and there are 5 bed spaces. So it does sort of imply we're going to have some couples or some people bunking. It's quite a small house for the 5 different Sims, but it's a nice enough build. I do like it. So let's just have a little look here. So we have Alfred Stein. So he is friends with the other scientists. There's no family tree for him, but that's fine. He is a science level 3, so he is a field researcher. He does already have some skills, and he does need to make a friend. No talent badges in the house. The Sims do have bios, so that is a massive plus for me. Heather has been acting weird around Alfred recently, and he doesn't know why. He hopes that she calms down soon so him and Hubert can get back to work, if none of the others want to be serious. Time is money after all. So he is a Taurus. They have, their personality points, the interests. Hobbies have been given to the Sims as well, so we do know that Alfred here is a gamer, so that's really fun. They have memories as well. Not super fleshed out memories, I do have to say. He does just remember growing up well, getting a job as a repo man. Okay. He then quit that job. He snuck out with Heather, had a great party, first kiss. He's definitely seems to be a bit of a party animal. I think there might be some issues with the memories. I'm not entirely sure if it is on my end, though I do have 2 woohoo with Heather memories, which is interesting because I don't have a first woohoo with Heather. So there's a bit of an issue there with the memories, but it is what it is. So he likes underwear, black hair, and does not like face paint. So he is a fortune sim and he wants to earn 100,000. I don't know if the lifetime wishes have been picked or not, but I do find it interesting that he's had so many great parties even though he is a fortune sim and not a popularity. So let's have a look at Heather. So this is Heather. Heather is a romance sim and she wants to have 20 simultaneous lovers. So at the moment she is just with Alfred, but she's also friends with Apollo and Hubert, not friendly with Cassidy though. She is also a field researcher and she does have more skills. She likes brown hair and logical sims. She does not like formal wear. She has quite similar memories. They've all had great parties. She has the double woohoo memory. and she got a D report card. So, like, they're not fully fleshed out, but there are some memories there. We don't know what her hobby is, her interests, her personality points. Heather felt sick the other morning. She hopes that her fears won't be realised. She's definitely not ready to have a family. She doesn't even know if she really likes Alfred. So far, she hasn't been the leader of the group, but she doesn't know if that will be possible if her friends see her with a baby bump. So that is very interesting. Heather and Alfred here are going to have a baby. So that is a bit of a fun development. So here we have Cassidy, who is a popularity sim, who wants to have 20 simultaneous best friends. Cassidy has slightly better memories. So she's gone steady with Apollo, and they have had their first kiss together. She's got a job. She was an overachiever and she was in private school. So she likes logical sims and charismatic and does not like unemployment. Cassidy is cool without even realising it. Maybe that's what makes her so attractive to the guys and makes Heather so jealous. She moved in here to have some fun and she has no idea what her brother's problem is. Okay. So, Hubert and Cassidy are siblings, so that's interesting. So we do have some family connections. Let's have a look at Hubert here. He's a knowledge sim who wants to become a mad scientist. And he is best friends with Alfred, and he gets on with everyone apart from his sister. So he's also a field researcher. He's got a nice mix of skills. Hubert thought that all of them living together would increase their productivity, but seems to have done the opposite. Everyone has feelings for each other except Hubert. He feels that he's closer than ever to discovering life outside of our solar system. Maybe they would care more about him than these Earthlings. Okay, so it sounds like he is ready to get abducted by aliens. So we do see Hubert over here by the telescope, which I think is fun. And then we have Apollo, which I think is who Cassidy's meant to be with. And Apollo is a family sim who wants to reach his golden anniversary. Yeah, he's in love with Cassidy, friends with everybody else. And no family there. Again, field researcher. The only thing Apollo wants is his own place on Earth, or maybe somewhere else, and a happy family with Cassidy. He thinks work is important, but the other guys take it too far. So I think this is really interesting. I love the sort of dynamics here. I love the relationships. I love the tensions. I love our surprise scientist baby. I absolutely love that. Another really positive thing about this house that I've noticed is I do really like they have the aspiration reward objects dotted about. So we have this sort of skill sucker. I'm not entirely sure what that's called, and that's probably not the technical name, but I do like that. And I'm pretty sure this is the weather controller. So I like that they've used these sort of scientific objects around the house. It just kind of makes it feel more like a scientific lair. So I do really like this. I think this one is a lot of fun. The next family I wanted to jump into is the Joy family, just because, again, I think that is another really iconic family from the intro. I just love the chaos of that family. So here we have the Joy house. I think it's an interesting floor plan. I do really like that it's all one level. This is really handy for gameplay. Although like multi-level houses usually look a bit better, single-story houses are my personal preference for playing in, just because I can see all my Sims at one time. I don't need to scrabble up and down floors to try and find people. So let's have a little look here. So this is the Joy family. We have Grandpa Eddie, we have Felicity, Theodore, Jackson, Max, and Zoe. So let's have a little look at their bios, because that's what I'm most interested about. Before I do actually jump into The Sims, the one thing I'd like to point out is just how filthy this house is, and I absolutely love it. because the bio does allude to the family struggling to, find the balance between raising all their children, keeping a tidy home, maintaining their own happiness. So I do really like that the house is disgusting. Like every work surface you can imagine is absolutely filthy. So I do really enjoy that. Also, another thing is Grandpa Eddie here is in aspiration failure. So is Felicity and Theodore. So that's another thing I really like, because in the opening trailer, they are going into aspiration failure and we can see that little flour sack baby. So I do like that, again, their aspirations are low. So let's have a look here at their family tree. We do have Joanne, so we do have a dead sim in the neighbourhood. So it's nice to see things are fleshed out. And Felicity here does have family members as well. So in the scientist house, they didn't really seem to have any other family members other than Cassidy and Hubert. Everyone else was just sort of stagnant. So it is nice to see that Felicity does have a full tree. So he is working on the music career level 2. He is a piano tuner. He has absolutely no skills at all, which I do find strange for an elder. He's a romance sim and he does want to woohoo with 20 different sims. He doesn't have any talent badges. We've got his personality here. Eddie only moved in here because he thought it would be better than the retirement home. Little did he know the chaos he was walking into. He hopes he'll be able to spend more of his time with women than changing diapers. So that's fun. Let's have a look here at his memories. Okay, we have sort of more fully fleshed out memories for Eddie as well, which I really like. So he got engaged to Joanne and married to her, and he was not happy about it. He had a woohoo with Christina. So he had an affair. They had a wedding. Hang on. Got married to Joanne. Had a great wedding party. He slept with someone at his wedding. Dirty, dirty grandpa. So then he has woohooed with Tonya. So he had 3 loves at once. Joanne died. And then he's woohooed with Christina again. I think these memories must have been added in manually. Because if you were playing through The Sims life, like from start to finish, he wouldn't have the cheated memories with Christina here and then another woohoo with Christina, unless this is not the original Christina. They just have the same name and appearance. So I'm not entirely sure there. There is some issues with the memories, but this is a neighborhood based on the opening sequence of a game. So it's not the most important thing in the world if they have some like conflicts in their memories. So he has no hobby enthusiasm at all. He does have interests, and we've already read his bio and stuff. One thing I do find a bit strange is he has absolutely no skills and no hobby enthusiasm either. Like, some of the Sims seem more fleshed out, whereas he doesn't really have sort of anything about him. So, but he does have his bio. I understand that they're living in this sort of chaotic household now, so he's not going to have as much time to sort of dedicate to like studying cooking or logic or what have you. But he has had an entire life up until moving in with this family. So, he would have picked some skills up along the way. I do just think it's quite strange he would be an elder with nothing to show for that. So let's jump into Felicity here. Poor Felicity. So she's a family sim who wants to have another baby when she can't even control the 3 she has, but okay. And she'd like to graduate 3 children from college. Felicity has always been and will always be the most important for Felicity. Well, I have just made Felicity sound like a cow. My bad. Let's start again. Family has always been and will always be the most important for Felicity. Of course, it's sometimes hard, but her babies are so sweet. She would even like another one, but she's not sure what her husband would think about it. Okay, so she's not like sort of broached the subject with her husband, which I mean, I can understand if this is sort of the chaos they're living in. So she's got her interests, she doesn't have any hobbies. She's got sort of very standard memories that, you know, she has memories, so that's nice. She likes a hard worker and a great cook. She doesn't work, but she does have skills. So she's good at cooking and good at cleaning. I mean, stereotypical housewife Felicity. She doesn't have any friends outside the family, so I mean, that's a bit of a shame, but I guess she doesn't really have a lot of time. So we have another family sim here in Theodore who wants to have 6 grandchildren. He also doesn't have any friends outside of the family. He is a cement mixer level 1. He also has skills. He likes brown hair and a great cook. He has very similar memories as well, just he remembers his mum dying when he was a child. I think. Another thing that's interesting is Eddie only has 1 memory of a grandchild when there are 3 here. I need to stop picking holes in the memories though. But I mean, there are memories. That's exciting. Let's have a look at the bios. This is always what I find the most interesting. Theodore never thought that he would have to ask his dad for help with his own children. He's always wanted to have a big family, and he loves it, even though him and his wife have to face many new problems. So it doesn't really give us any insight into whether Theodore is open to the idea of a new baby, but at the moment I think he would probably take some convincing, because I imagine his pride has taken a bit of a knock having to get his dad in. But that's fine. So here we have the little kiddos. They don't really have much of a personality because, you know, they're still growing up. But he's in complete aspiration failure. Jackson loves it that Grandpa Eddie moved in. He hopes that now he will finally have someone who will give him more attention than his younger siblings. In the future, he wants to become a real pirate, not just a fake one with his Halloween costume. Okay, so that kind of alludes to him becoming a dread pirate when he's older. That's fun. He has, like, no memories. He grew up well and he had Zoe and Max join the family. So that's a bit disappointing. He does have 2 body skill points, though. We have Max, who has nothing and no memories. Why does Zoe always have to hit Max and take all of his toys away? He never did anything bad to her. He's also in complete aspiration failure. Zoe is in the green though. She's the only member of this household that is in the green. Why does Max always cry and run to Mom when Zoe does something to him? She's so sweet after all. Okay. So Zoe, definitely a bit of a manipulator there, already starting early. And again, absolutely no memories. But yeah, that is the Joy family. I do think this will be a very interesting family to play. There's definitely a ton of fun in the trailer. So I really like this one. I think it's a lot of fun. The final family I wanted to jump into was the Amore family, just because I do really like the sort of highlight of the romance aspect of the game in the opening sequence. So again, these are Sims that really stick out to me personally. These are some of my favourite Sims. So we have Juliet Amore, we have Penny Pincher, I love that, and Elena. So we should have some ties to the rest of the neighbourhood from here. So Penny here, she is friends with Juliet and Elena. She is got a crush on Luc Monet and Juan Tenorio. And Gordon Cordial, I'm sure, is her ex-husband. And Justin is her son. I do think there is a second one though. She should have 2 boys. Penny can't decide between Juan and Luke. It's not like she really cares. They both have a lot of money after all, so does it really matter who she picks? So she is a fortune sim and she wants to become a criminal mastermind. So she doesn't work at the moment. So I'm not entirely sure if the lifetime wants are picked or not, because if she is, you know, your stereotypical gold digger, would she really work? I do like the fact that the criminal career is picked for her, if it was picked, but I'm a bit confused at the moment because this is the first one that I'm a bit sus about. But I do think it's a fun twist regardless. So if we look at her memories here, she had Justin. And yeah, she had Sean, so she doesn't know her other son, even though Sean is in her family tree. Okay. She does have parents though, and so does he. So, you know, they are fully fleshed out family trees, which I do really like. She likes a hard worker and she likes charisma. So here we have Juliet, who likes a fit blonde and does not like beards. Oh, she has got a full page of memories. So she has made enemies with Richard Amore. Oh, okay, I'm guessing that's her father. She grew up badly. So Amy Amore is her mother and Richard is their dad. So their parents split up. She got a D, she got caught sneaking out, she ran away, she passed out, she peed herself, and then Amy died. So she came back home after the death of her mum. I'm guessing maybe her little sister kind of needed her then. So then she moved out and moved into the new house. And then her father died. And that's when Penny moved in with them. So now that they're living here, Elena is doing really well at school. That's a really interesting story. I love the drama that this person has created with these Sims. I absolutely love it. So she has got obviously her star sign and her personality points. She's a romance sim who wants to become a Hall of Famer. She is lazy though, so again, I'm not entirely sure if these lifetime wants have been picked. Juliet fell in love with Juan the first time she saw him walking around in the park. He seems perfect for her, but for some reason he only seems to notice Penny. So that's definitely sort of highlighting, you know, the friction that's going to happen between these girls, possibly if they let it. Okay, so she knows Stacy Lincoln and obviously crush on Juan. Then we have Elena, who's a family sim and wants 6 grandchildren. 3 bolts with Liam Smith. So Liam, I'm sure, was the one that was also orphaned and is living with his grandparents. Yeah, Esperanza and Henry. And she's friends with both of them, which I think is really nice. And yeah, their parents are dead. She's a B student in school. So she did get the A+ report card. So I'm guessing her grades have slipped a bit since then, and maybe that is something to do with the new romance in her life. Elena spends her days dreaming of being older and moving out of Opening Valley with her boyfriend Liam. She believes that her future will be much better than her past. She just wants to have a big, loving family and live someplace nice. Well, that's nice. That's nice, that's nice. So yeah, she has very much the same memories. Just she learned to study when she was younger and now she's fallen in love. So, you know, her life is really turning around now. And she likes brown hair and logical Sims. So just have a little look around the house here. So this will be Juliet and Elena's room. This will be Penny's. It's a nice house. All the lots in this world were built by the creator, so they have done an excellent job. I think these are really nice houses. Yeah, I really like them. I love the backstories. As I said, I've had a couple issues with memories, but this house, I absolutely love the memories. I love just the story that the creator sort of weaved into these Sims that you see for like 10 seconds. I just think it's amazing. So now we've looked at some of the families, let's take a look at a couple of the community lots. Now on the post the creator made for this neighbourhood, they did say some of the lots were really inspired by The Sims 3. So I'm going to be interested to see if we can pinpoint which ones they are. If I didn't mention it before, I will definitely have the link for this neighbourhood linked down below if you want to check it out yourself. One that sort of sprang to mind for me was Sunset Cemetery. That's kind of making me think of Sunset Valley, so I'd like to check this one out because you know me, I love a cemetery. So here we are in Sunset Cemetery. Now this isn't exactly like Sunset Valley Cemetery. As far as I'm aware, that one does have a lake in it, which this cemetery does not. But you know, there is a little sort of mausoleum in the middle. I was having a little look around when I first loaded in and I couldn't see any graves here. So there's a lot of Sims that are meant to be dead in this neighbourhood and I'm not entirely sure where they are. I don't know if they're in, you know, certain houses or whatever. So this is just like a nice sort of blank slate for you to put in the Sims you want to be here. So I quite like that. But yeah, standard cemetery, love it. The next lot that I want to take a look at is the New Moon Bar and Club. This one sounds like a really fun community lot. It's got bowling, dancing, karaoke, everything you want on a Friday night and much more. So here we are at the New Moon Bar and Club. First thing I notice is I love the sort of fire escape stairs we have going up the back. I think that really adds sort of extra level of realism. I love that. Second thing, we have a woohoo location. If I take my Sims on a date, although a lot of them won't public woohoo, I want the option to be there. So let's just take a little look inside. Okay, so we have the bar here and we also had a bar on the balcony upstairs. So we can dance, we can have drinks, we can sit and chat. We do have some vending machines here so you can also satisfy your hunger. We have another bar over here and an arcade area. And obviously here are the sort of bowling alleys, the lanes, I guess. And we also have bathrooms. So this is a nice lot. I think it looks really good from the outside and I really like the inside. It has plenty of things for your Sims to do. That's one thing I feel the Sims 2, like sort of vanilla lots lack. Sort of the Maxis lots, I should say, is stuff for your Sims to do on the lots. Like they'll have these massive buildings but they're empty or just full of decor. So I do really like that this one has plenty of activities for your Sims to do. Each room has something your Sims can do. They can sort of maximize most of their needs here other than, you know, energy. So no, I do really like this. I think this is a very nice community lot. Finally, I'd like to take a look at the Sunrise Shopping Plaza. All of your shopping needs in one convenient place. So this lot is right next door to the bar and bowling alley. So architecturally, this is very similar, which I absolutely love. I do like that they have tried to keep this sort of part of town cohesive, and I really enjoy that. And this is quite a small lot, but there is so much packed into it. So let's take a little look in. So it looks like up here, we have like a sort of lounge area, like a pool place, a pool hall. So we have like an electronics store, like games, magazine, you can come play pinball. I do still need to download a mod to fix the shadows on the pinball machines, don't mind them. So here we have public bathrooms. Okay, so this acts as like a sort of main entrance into like the public bathrooms and into the sort of arcade. We have a clothes shop. We just have a little back area. We have a coffee shop with somewhere to woohoo. This is also a functioning restaurant as well. It does have the kitchen and the sort of waiter table here. So this would be a really good date location. And we also have a grocery store. So although this is a very small lot, we have a lot packed into it and I absolutely love it. So there we have it, Opening Valley. This was a really fun neighbourhood to look into. The opening credits for The Sims 2 are iconic on so many levels. So to see someone take aspects from that opening scenes and make an entire custom neighbourhood based on that, I just think that's so fun. It's so creative. I love the way they have you know, turn these sort of one-dimensional characters you see for 10 seconds into these fully formed Sims with backstories and families and hopes and dreams, and I absolutely love it. This has probably been one of the most sort of joyous custom neighborhood tours I've ever done. I've just had so much fun looking at the Sims that have sort of kept me company throughout my childhood and well into my adulthood now. I will leave the link for this neighbourhood in the description if you do want to check it out, which I do highly recommend it. The buildings are really nice, everything's nice and functional. The opening Sims are here. What are you waiting for? But yeah, as I said, this is a completely CC-free neighbourhood. I've not needed to download anything extra to get this to work, and everyone looks as they do in the credits, minus my default replacements. Ignore that. But yeah, definitely recommend checking this out. I had a lot of fun. If you have any suggestions or comments, do leave them down below. I am always happy to hear from you. Also, if you have any sort of Sims 2 custom neighbourhoods you'd like me to take a look at, leave their names down below as well. I'm always looking to look at new ones. I find a lot of fun in this. Yeah, I really do hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the very next video. Bye!